You're tuned in to the 4th and 1 News Report. Your number one source for weekly exclusive fantasy football in-league news, awards, and stats. Your league zone covered. Here's your host, AC Calvin.
Are you ready for some football?
We're ready for some football, baby.
It's your boy AC in the building, back for week 3. The season is just blazing by. As always, this is the 4th and 1 News Report, your number one source for all Gridiron Dynasty League news. Alright, we got a few things to discuss today. We have a remarkable turnaround story that happened over the weekend. And then we are also going to touch on a David and Goliath type moment as we are wrapping up quarter 1 of the season. But as we start our show every single week, let's get started with the news.
Something about me.
Let's start our newscast this week with the unbeatable no more. Undefeated teams on the gridiron suffer shocking defeats in unforgettable upsets. In a sudden twist of fate, the league's undefeated teams stepping into week 3 all took L's. Biggie over Tupac, Team Shanky 99, and those Super Gremlins all experienced a collective meltdown, leaving fans astounded. It was an epic day of chaos and shattered dreams as these mighty teams stumbled and fumbled their way to defeat.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
One could almost hear the sound of jaws hitting the floor as the underdogs rose to the occasion, proving that David can still triumphant over Goliath. So long, perfect seasons. It's back to the drawing board for those once invincible squads. Moving on to our second story, Unleashing the Lion. The underdog Kitty Taylor's remarkable turnaround as they secured their first victory over the weekend for the 2023 season. Against all odds, the Kitty Taylors, the winless, struggling new franchise to the Gridiron Dynasty League, defies expectations, clinching their first victory of the season. Their remarkable turnaround is highlighted in dramatic fashion not only by defeating a then undefeated Shanky 99 franchise posed as the clear favorite in their matchup,
Fatality,
but also leading the entire league in weekly scoring, solidifying that the franchise has not given up on their championship pursuit amidst the slow start to the season. Let's check back on them next week to see if this is just the beginning of a true Cinderella story or lightning in a bottle. That concludes our opening news report.
That's a wrap.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was, huh?
Moving right along, let's discuss some team trends. Who's making their way up the rankings based on waiver signs, trades, things of that nature. And then who is reversing action? Who's making their way downtown? Taking a look at those upward teams. At the number 3 spot, you got the Pity City at +2. Two-way tie at that second spot between Shanky 99 and Munga 21 at +3. And that top spot leading into week 4, Everglades Ranas at +5.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Moving on to those bottom trending teams.
Oh, my stomach bubbling. Watch this.
Really only have 2 spots this week for the bottom trending teams. You got a 2-way tie at the bottom between the Kittle Taylors and Weak Achilles at -3. That's really your 2 and 3. And then your top team on the downtrend leading into week 4, Biggie over Tupac at -7. Get that man a map.
Help me! Help me!
Moving on to our next segment, our player awards.
Presented by no one.
Your top quarterback of the week, Justin Herbert of Red Streaming, 29 fantasy points. Your top running back, Raheem Mostert, Team Munga 21 with 41 fantasy points. Top receiver, Keenan Allen, My Diggs Curves Left, 36 fantasy points. Your top tight end, Sam Laporta of Everglades Ranas at 22 fantasy points. And your top defense, the Buffalo Bills, My Diggs Curves Left, 36 fantasy points. Your highest scoring team of the week, the Kittle Taylors, 182 points. Your biggest blowout of the week, Team Munga 21 over Biggie over Tupac with a 59-point blowout. Damn! And your nail biter of the week, Outer Blakes over the Super Gremlins, less than a point.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
This concludes your player awards and superlatives. Let's close out this week's news report with that final segment, the Week 4 Power Rankings. You guys know what's about to come. Let's get it!
The 4th Down Power Rankings. The top 10 teams according to AC. Number 10.
The Duck Butter Bandits.
Number 9.
Biggie over Tupac.
Number 8.
Weak Achilles.
Number 7.
The Pity City.
Number 6.
My Diggs Curves Left.
Number 5.
Red Streaming.
Number 4.
Everglades Ranas.
Number 3.
Team Shanky 99.
Number 2.
The Super Gremlins.
Number 1.
Team Munga 21. That concludes the Week 3 edition of the 4th and 1 news report. We will see you guys next week. AC tapping out.